Hey, YouTube and Proxy Table Gaming fans. We are PTG, Proxy Table Gaming. I'm Lucky Sixes. This is Hyper G.
It is, and our return from our summer holiday has been a little bit, well, I don't want to say stunted because it's just we didn't get going quite as quickly as we thought we would after our summer break at the end of July, did we? And that is pretty
Yeah.
much my fault.
Well,
But
no, we just had a week off, that's all. So then we're
a
back
week
in.
extra off.
Yeah. And
Well, we'd released
we
the
are,
battle report at the start of last week,
yeah.
and then we were like, yeah, we still haven't got any time.
I know. Life
Yeah.
is crazy, folks, and I hope it's good for you guys as well. We did
Yep.
release some new content, so I hope you like that. Just a bit
Mm.
of fun, nothing too major, and in terms of us, a lot less planning and prep, which is
Oh yeah.
always a thing. So if you do like D&D, check out our AI D&D, where
Yeah.
Chat
Chat PTG.
PTG
There it
gets
is.
going, and we're well underway now with another one
Mm.
coming every Sunday if you're
Mm.
into that sort of thing, or just want to check out something new.
But the Infernal Dwarf fans don't want to hear about that.
Well, maybe they do. Maybe there's some
Maybe
infernal dwarves in our
in our
D&D.
D&D
Anyway,
community. Yeah,
but yes,
could be.
we are here for infernal dwarves, an army that has seen a steady rise, I think, over the last
I
few
think so.
years.
It was a
And
rough start for them, wasn't it? A really rough start.
yeah, um,
Let's be honest.
Yeah, but yeah, as we'll get on into this, I think this bear in mind the 3.0 rules as well and the change
Stars have aligned.
from September, and I do think we'll see some nice little trinkets in here. But we'll save judgment till the end. Of course, we're on
Mm.
Infernal Dwarves, and like always, most of the books have a little bit of fluff and tell you
They
where
do.
exactly the Infernal Dwarves happen and what they are, etc., etc. But we're going to go straight into the army model rules, starting with Incendiary.
Yeah. I mean, this one it always seems more complicated than it is
It
to me,
is,
and it
yes.
always pops up. Damn it! I forgot about that. No, I'm dead.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, it gives an incendiary marker to the unit. One unit containing one or more incendiary marker gains weakness flaming attacks. Now this is something that will come up here, there, and everywhere throughout the thing, because Infernal
Yeah.
Dwarves, as you imagine, have a lot of access to flaming
Yep.
and
Hmm.
flaming attacks. So giving a weakness, which is re-rolling your wounds to hit
Yep.
or to
Hmm.
wound. Sorry, is pretty
Yeah.
useful. Pretty useful.
It is
Um,
really good. A lot of this text in this rule is actually about removing the tokens
yeah,
once you've used them.
yeah,
So the actual effect really is the weakness flaming,
yeah.
and the
Essentially,
rest
they
is all
give
just yeah,
essentially they give like one use weakness flaming, and then they go. But there are lots of different ways to give units, and that's like the enemy units, the
hmm
incendiary markers. So yeah, a nice. It's actually really nice as a
it
rule.
is. It is,
Um,
especially as some of the units that are giving incendiary are crappy units that probably don't do much else.
yeah.
Uh, you know, with all due respect to those
Yeah,
units, obviously.
agreed. Yeah. So,
You know.
as we get on, there's even magic that helps out with this. So, yeah,
Mm.
bear that in mind, folks. Infernal armor, the armor that most of them, if not all of, are with,
Certainly
gains
the dwarf
resistance,
models. Yeah.
flaming attacks. Yeah, exactly. So,
It's
wish
always
you
the
would.
one where if you've actually gone to a tournament and decided I'm going to take some flaming attacks to deal with that regeneration, which is a thing now,
Yes.
um, and then you come up against Infernal Dwarfs 5 times, and you're like,
Yeah.
God
Oh
darn
my
it,
goodness. Oh my goodness.
them again.
Turok Ritual is another army rule. It gives a model impact hits 1, Swift Stride, and changes its height to 2.
Yeah,
Also
basically makes them a
Centauroid,
centauroid, doesn't it? Yeah.
yeah, which is a key word. So there's sometimes that it'll be uh useful in the rules and stuff. So that's
Yeah.
why that's in there. Charge, speed, and mobility is 7, and its base size 25 to 50. So changing some things to a cav model essentially. But yeah, those Torok
Yeah.
folks.
It's cool.
Um,
I mean, the keyword thing is something we've encountered as we've gone through these army books,
mm,
and it
yeah,
just makes them easier to write out, basically.
yeah. There's a
Um,
few
I
rules
like I
that
like the introduction.
I agreed. There's a few rules that just like say Centaroid or Elf or Metal Armor,
Yeah,
things like that.
exactly.
Um, Oil flasks, the first one in attack attributes. Can use oil flasks X times, and X will be specified for each one. Um, Declare that you want to use it. If that's the case, after resolving all simultaneous attacks, any unit hit by at least one attack with oil
Hmm.
flask gains incendiary. Now that is pretty good.
It is really good.
We've seen a few other things that used to be hit go to hit and wound or go to
Hmm.
wound, which is
Yeah,
generally a bit harder because you can't control that a lot of the
yeah.
time. So this staying with that giving incendiary makes it super easy to give
All you got
incendiary
to do is
markers
hit.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even if you're shooting things that hit on a 6 or whatever, you
yeah,
roll enough dice, you're going to get a 6 and then
yeah,
job done. Yeah, it's
exactly. Yeah.
awesome.
Volcanic Embrace, model part gains grind X hits AP4, which is fantastic. Flaming
Really
attacks.
cool.
It's like almost like the alchemy sort
Yeah.
of tinge to it. Uh,
Hmm.
Unmodifiable, so can't ever be. If it's someone's -1 to strength and or whatever, you can't change it. Zeal towards
Yeah.
metal armor, another key word that we said, and they always
Yeah.
wound on a 4+. So
Yeah.
there you go.
I think the AP on this is incredible. Like, it just rips through things, doesn't it?
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is the
yeah,
one that really hurts the characters that think they're indestructible.
absolutely.
They might look at the attacks coming in from the model attacking them and think, that's not too bad. And then they say, oh, I'll just do my volcanic embrace. And oh, there's
Yeah,
that.
it's a nice
So,
bonus that you don't necessarily the opponents just don't necessarily account for all the time. Anyway,
yeah.
obviously some
Mm,
will. And on a 4+, it could do rubbish, but a lot of the time it's
mm.
enough of a deterrent sometimes, or at
I
least
think
something
so.
for the opponent to think about. So yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Um, On to weapons, and I mean this as we go through them. AP is not an issue for Infernal Dwarves.
No,
They have a lot of that
just
at
cut
their
through it.
thing. The blunderbuss is the first one, and this goes through a change every single edition. So I
It's
don't know
it's just
how.
nice that it stayed the same for a while. Although
Yeah,
to be fair, I play against Infernal Dwarfs so rarely that it seems like I have to ask what it does every time I play them.
yeah.
But this is I like this version. I think it's very powerful.
Yeah, it is. It's a standard shoot. Obviously, you've got accurate and quick to fire, so virtually it's only cover that's going to affect any modifiers. It only hits on a 5+, to be fair, and
Mm.
it's only short range in 12, although they can march and
Can
shoot
march and
with it,
shoot.
so that's something
Yeah.
to bear in mind. But yeah, strength 5 AP3 is no joke.
No, it isn't. And I mean, you look at that range and you do think, oh, that's a bit of a weakness. But then the march, because you can march and shoot, that soon goes up. That
Yeah,
that range is really not that much of a weakness, really. The
yeah,
five
and
plus is the real weakness, but at least you haven't got any modifiers to that. A lot, not a lot anyway.
yeah, and also when you think like that range is say very like 12 inches is quite like if it's short range it's 12 inches has stayed the same
Mm.
throughout, whereas when you got
Yeah,
moved to 3.0 the charge range has got lower, so they're going to have to
yeah,
get closer to you in order to charge. There's not going to be any potential 19-20 inch charges anymore.
no,
It's pretty much just going to you're going to be sort of 16-17 inches away from some of the best
yeah,
things, some of the quickest things.
mm,
So
yeah.
actually, you're going to be in range likely unless they can get some flank stuff. So stay out of
And
arc, folks.
AP3, AP3,
Yeah.
man. Like, what shooting other than War Machines? They're AP3. That's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think this is.
usually like AP1 on shooting is amazing.
Yeah.
Three.
Yeah. This is divided, I think, a lot of people because although I think it's uh, play all players and Infernal Dwarf players because Infernal Dwarf players, I say
Well,
it's
yeah.
not that good. Only a third hit. You are an
Really?
elite army, so you're gonna have maybe 20 in a unit, so it's only like six.
Hmm.
Potentially 6 hits on average. So average wise, I think it's something that on paper does scare everyone. I
Yeah.
can't. There's not many armies that aren't scared by Strength 5 AP3. I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
think.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
again, it might be one of those things because of the 5+. I know, and you can get cover. And
Hmm.
often when you play against Infernal Dwarves, you make that more um,
Yeah.
of a priority.
priority. Yeah. Mm.
So maybe it's something that again is the AP's needed because they need to be absolute quality attacks because they don't hit so much. I don't know, but yeah, from a non-infernal dwarf point of view, this scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, I think you've summed it up really well by saying that there's people who hate them or hate to play against them, which is everyone who's not Infernal Dwarfs, and
Yep.
there's people who think they're not that good, which is Infernal Dwarfs,
Yeah.
because
Funny enough.
it's just you're at liberty to moan about your own army book, aren't you?
Yeah,
Really,
always.
I'm
But
quite
anyway,
good at that.
a decent start anyway to the weapons.
Oh yeah,
Flintlock axe is aim X, so will change depending on the unit. Range 18 inches, so a bit more. Strength 4, AP 2, and counts as a halberd now in combat
yeah.
as well.
Huh.
An interesting one.
It's really good. It's really good. I really like it. I mean, I
Yeah,
still don't really get the mechanics behind this. Are they lobbing an axe or are they firing an axe? I don't really, still don't really get it.
yeah,
But
returning axe, very all little Thors.
uh,
But obviously, he doesn't
yeah,
have the accurate much shoot quick to fire as the blunderbuss does, so it is
yeah,
granted a bit
subject to modifiers.
higher range. So, but yeah, so that's a thing. The napster thrower, the aim 2+, so like a flamethrower, I guess. From that point of view, 12 inches range, one shot per napster thrower, strength 4 AP, one. Yeah. Uh,
I haven't seen
is
many of these around. I don't know.
no.
The area attack is nice. It's good. But yeah,
Yeah, so
I think
the
maybe
one
this
shot,
one does
every
struggle
one
with the
shot
range.
hits potentially 15 models. But
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
it's got match and shoot as well, actually. So I'm thinking range isn't an issue.
and
Yeah.
accurate, so the aim
Hmm.
doesn't often change. But yeah, it's an interesting one again for that regen. It's pretty good. And you can get
Yeah.
incendiary markers. Remember, so yeah, that flaming attacks is pretty good there. Rocket battery. We've got aim 4+, 18-inch range.
Oh,
4 shots at strength 6, AP 3, multiple wounds
oh,
2. Is
that's the
kind of like,
kicker.
yeah, it's kind of like your monster
Multiple wins
killer
too. Yeah.
at strength 6. There's not many things it's not going to be wounding on a 4+ or better.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Take
it,
lots of
yeah,
these.
yeah.
I mean, you know
There,
what happened to me with my Carnosaur.
yeah. Well, absolutely. We'll see in a bit. But I can't remember whether they got an engineer that can improve that aim. I I think this might be one of
Um,
the armies that does have access to that, but we'll see later. So
yeah.
bearing that in mind as well with all these aim values and stuff like that. The Titan
Mm.
Mortar is same aim range, but it's strength 5, AP 2, and an area attack. So again, slightly better for your ranked up things, which there are more of now. So that's pretty
Mm.
good. And then finally, Infernal Weapon, just a nice strength halberd, basically.
Indeed. Yeah.
But doesn't require two
Yeah.
hands. So yeah. Magic
No, I like
items.
it. I mean, you got to bear in mind as well with these weapons that if you're taking them with the infernal artillery, then the range is doubled. So those 18-inch ranges might look a little bit
Mm,
limited, but you just got to take it with the right combination on the right thing,
yeah.
and then it soon becomes 36, and then it's practically board wide.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, but they're all good. I really like them.
Yeah. No, agreed. Agreed. Onto weapon enchantments. We got Onyx Core. Always strength 6, 8 flaming attacks, multiple wounds D3 towards weakness flaming attacks. So again, this is if you absolutely take this, you've absolutely got to make sure you've mastered the incendiary
Yeah.
thing when using them. But yeah, 80 points is decent, and I think in the right hands, I think you can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Strength 6 has its limitations, but like you say, if you're combining it with that weakness flaming, then you're going to be fine. So
Yeah, the what's the AP? Is that why you would take an infernal weapon
yeah, I guess it would be AP
to get
one,
the
wouldn't it?
AP? Yeah,
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah,
your AP is a state
yeah.
you
So I guess
declare.
that's the limitation rather than
Yeah,
Strength 6. Strength 6 will still serve you well most of the time,
yeah,
but yeah, you're always going
interesting.
to want to take it on an infernal weapon because AP 0 on that. Yeah, you've got to be really careful.
Yeah, Flame of the East is less of a weapon and more of it gives you access to the volcanic embrace. D3
mm.
plus 1, so yeah, potentially 2 to 4 of that high AP always wins on a 4 plus thing. Pretty good.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I've seen that on like a BSB character or something
yeah,
like that. Just so ones that can't fight that much, but will then just pop up with volcanic embrace, which can hurt. So
yeah.
I quite like that as a bonus little weapon to stick on.
Yeah, definitely. And then Eye of the Bull uh, is a flintlock axe, like we were saying before. Attack values 1, strength 5, AP 10, multiple wounds, and
Mm.
automatically hits, which is always a interesting one. Strength 5 is. I'm trying to think what the best thing. I guess its characters is the best thing it's good at
Yeah,
to kill, rather than you monsters and things like that and mounts.
yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
pretty
you're
good.
always hitting at least. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, yeah, you're going to want to be attacking something that maybe res 4,
yeah.
max res 5, really, to make it worthwhile. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't really like that it's attack value 1. I think that's pretty
No.
pants, to be honest,
Yeah.
because you're
Yeah.
doing well 2 wounds or 0 against something.
Exactly. You almost kind of like want to go against a res 4 model just to make it worthwhile, and that
Yeah,
isn't really what you want to be killing because you've probably got other stuff that can deal with them. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm not a fan of that one really. It's
No,
just
that's
a bit
true.
meh.
Yeah, the more you look at it, I think it's a bit rubbish, actually.
Mm.
And I don't remember seeing it too much, but or unless there's
No.
a wait, it says attack value is always 1, so can't see any ways to change that.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't. There would be no way to add an additional
No,
attack
I don't
or
think so.
going that. So yeah, I would cancel that out. Unless you
Yeah.
guys watching have a better use for that, so put it in the
Mm.
comments.
Definitely.
Armor and enchantments. We got blazer protection. Uh, Armor value set to 6, so it gives you a 1-up armor immediately. Pretty good. Um,
Yeah.
you do need infernal armor, so I don't know whether some things need to pay for that. That could be an additional hidden cost, but I'm not sure. At the end
I
of
think
agility
most
step,
things get it, but yeah.
yeah, I think so. At the end of agility step 0, each enemy model in contact with the bearer's model that could have allocated attacks towards it, but chose not to, suffer 1 hit. So if you don't attack him with this blazer protection, then you get hit, basically.
Mm. Yeah, it's like infantry smoosher, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's okay. I don't think getting to 1-up armor is particularly hard for Infernal Dwarves.
No,
Like,
I don't think so.
so it's not. It's basically +3 armor on Infernal armor.
Yeah.
So 65 points for that. Does that count for the extra tier? I'm not sure. I think it's probably fairly costed, more than anything.
Yeah, I suppose. I think I'm a bit like you, a bit dubious that the extra armor is worth it. Um, but I mean, if you're going against the right target, then you're fine, which is always the case with
Yeah.
AP0. So
hmm
yeah,
In terms of shield, you've got the Kadim binding, and this is Aegis +1 against magic, against flaming attacks, and maximum 3 plus. Obviously, you might. What's hand and a half?
a hand and a half just means you can use great weapons and still make
Oh,
use of the shield, basically,
okay.
or halberds or whatnot. You still get. Yeah, I don't. Do you still get parry? I can't remember. There's something about that because I mean I've been playing
Sure.
Inox recently, and every time I play a game, I reread hand and a half
Yeah.
because I just can't remember what it does. But it basically just means you can use a two-handed weapon with a shield,
Okay,
really.
great. Yeah, cool.
So
That's
yeah,
a
yeah. Don't quote me on
relatively
the parry part, but that's
sure.
pretty
Yeah,
much
yeah, yeah.
what it is.
Might
Yeah.
give it, might not. In
Mm.
terms of banners, we got quite a few. Banner of Shamut, giving the bearers a unit of +1 offensive, and adds +1 combat as well.
I like this. I think this is really good.
Yeah.
I think this is
Cannot be
awesome.
taken by
I mean,
core, but that's fine.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think this is really good.
Yeah.
Really. I mean, if you can
Uh,
change hitting on a 4 to hitting on 3, then that's amazing.
yeah. Well,
Um,
yeah. Mirror match immediately makes a difference there.
yeah, and +1
But yeah,
combat res is not to be sniffed at either.
yeah.
So
I think it's solid.
I think that's
Yeah.
really cheap.
Yeah.
Really cheap.
Twice branded, shooting extra rank, very good. And
Oh
also
yeah.
auto pick for any Infernal.
I
I
think
think
so.
this possibly could go a bit more expensive. But yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think you will see many army lists without that. So yeah, bear that in mind.
I suppose
And
that combines with stand and shoot, right? Doesn't it?
absolutely, yeah, it just gives them the extra
So
rule, shoot an extra
yeah.
rank. So I think it's
Mm,
fantastic. I think it's 30
yeah.
points.
Same.
You
It's a
just
steal.
have to get in. So, then Master's Banner apply the following effects while the bearer's unit is within range of a friendly model's commanding presence. So if you're in range of a commanding presence, you get Fury if you're vassal, and your unit must re-roll failed charge range rolls in the charge range. Charge
How
phase.
cheap
So
is that again?
20 points for your
What?
vassal stuff. Yeah.
I know
So
they're only vassals, right? But
I
sure,
what
there's
I
like spear vassal units, isn't there?
Oh, I
You
guess,
know.
yeah, I was going to say, I don't
Uh,
understand why it's got models with vassal only and then model parts with vassal in the bearers. But that
yeah.
means
Well,
that
it
you
just means
can't
your character.
characters. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah,
Exactly.
um,
Yeah.
pretty good in terms of
It's really
combined
good.
and
Combine it with your
counters.
vassal levies, and you've got a fury re-rolling charge, massive ranked up units of spears.
Yeah,
I think that's incredible.
yeah, it's kind of like,
Incredible.
this unit that you might not use, now you will. Yeah, it's a bit of
Oh
a
yeah.
staple there.
That
Artifacts.
was yeah.
Yeah, three good banners then, is what we've
Yeah.
worked out from that.
Cheap.
Breath of the Brass Bull artifact, quite expensive at 70 points, but does give you +1 HP.
Mm,
And first strike, grind, X hits, toxic attacks. X is equal to the number of models in contact with the bearer. Okay, so really good for a ranked up unit
yeah.
again, because that's kind of what we're seeing a little bit of.
Mm,
Ring of Desiccation. When choosing equipment and abilities, each enemy unit in contact with the bearer's model gains an incendiary marker. So again, another
nice.
really easy way of getting, like an auto way
Yeah.
of getting an incendiary marker.
It's just to
And
cover you in
that's
case you haven't got shooting with incendiary, really.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
each combat as well.
Mm,
Each combat round, I should say. So
yeah.
that's really really good. Maybe the auto pick with Onyx Core as
I
well.
think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Or just make that just means it an easy pick anyway. Maybe not auto.
Mm.
Tablet of Vezodinidrazej,
Yeah, that one.
wizards only. Bearer attempts to cast a learn spell with 4 or more magic dice. Treat any single rolled 1 or 2 as a 3.
This is so good.
Is it?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the time, I guess. Well, it is now that miscasts aren't even a thing anymore. Well, they
Miscasts
are a
are
thing,
pretty bad.
but they're just you just don't care.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it means you're probably only rolling 1 or 2 spells a turn. But if you've got this, then you just roll two spells with 4 dice, and
I suppose it's
you've
only
got a real
one
good
of them
chance of getting both
as
off.
well.
So because if you can re-roll that 1 into a 6, that's incredible.
Well, you
Um,
re-roll it into a 3, don't you? What?
yeah, I misread it. I thought you re-roll a 1, 2, or a 3,
Oh,
but
no,
no, you
no.
don't. You
Yeah.
just change the 1s or 2s into a 3.
Yeah.
Right, I'm with you. Not quite as powerful as I thought,
And
but
it's
still
only
good,
one.
I
It's not
think.
all of them.
True. Yeah, exactly. No, it's becoming less and less powerful the more I read it.
Yeah.
But I still think it's good. But I guess in these day and ages, you would probably argue that most people are using 2 or 3 dice to cast their spells to try and get more spells in.
Yeah. It's gonna.
I
Yeah,
also
I think
think
it's
if
gonna
you just
maybe
cast 2
once
spells with
or
4 dice,
twice. Yeah, once or twice
yeah,
a game. So I don't know.
mm.
I don't know. I think I got my doubts. Maybe I'm
It's like
being a
you
bit
just
too
want to roll
skeptic.
all high numbers except for a single one,
Yeah.
but it only increases it by 2. So yeah, all right. I'll calm down on this one. But yeah,
I
there you
mean,
go.
it's solid. I don't, but like
Mm.
4, I would have thought it worked better the other way if you did
Yeah,
like
yeah,
1 or
sure.
2. You know,
Mm. Yeah, it's almost like it's diluted in 4 dice, really,
because I know
because you're
that.
trying to power something through anyway with four
Yeah,
dice, aren't you?
yeah. You're not really worried about the casting value. So
Mm.
I guess it's because if you're like 4 or 5 dice against their 5 or 6, then
Mm.
you've got a better chance of beating their dispel. I
Yeah,
guess.
maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, that's meh for me, but yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
I've calmed down. So yeah.
yeah, calm down, man. Mask of Ages. Wear against 5-up Aegis against Grind, Impact, Magical, Stomp, Hatred, and Terror.
I'd just forget I'd got it if
Yeah,
I took this.
I don't like things that are like yeah, so
So
the 5-up Aegis against
conditional.
some things
Yeah.
because you don't have it against all things. So you'll either
No.
be annoying and you say, I've got 5-up Aegis and you haven't, or you just forget it
Yeah.
and that'll annoy you. So this is just
Yeah.
annoying, to
Or
be
just
honest.
drop it 10 points and give hatred and terror. I'd be done with it.
Yeah,
Just
I
ignore
don't,
the
yeah.
ages part.
The
So
terror bit's good because you can terror things off without them expecting
really
it.
good.
So
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
arguably, the hatred and terror is 40 points on his own, actually, to be fair. But
yeah.
yeah.
So what? I mean, it doesn't give 5-up Aegis against shooting or melee,
Combat.
unless
Yeah.
they're magical. And
Unless they're
that's what I
magical.
mean.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't like this. Just the way
No.
it's written, you have to have it's yeah.
I'd
No,
have to have a little piece
I'm
of
out.
paper next to that model for the whole battle, and
Yeah,
just like, so I looked at it every time I was rolling dice for that person. So
yeah.
yeah, I'm not a fan of that sort of stuff.
But yeah, I agree. I think this sort of stuff does take a element of immersion out of the game. You know, like in terms
Mm.
of like you're thinking way too mechanically
Yeah, it could
rather
kind of like
than
turning things into a computer game. If it was a computer
yeah,
game, it rolled that automatically for you.
yeah,
This
yeah,
isn't a
yeah,
computer game. This is a tabletop game where you've got to remember stuff. We
yeah.
like rolling dice physically, and
And
yeah,
yeah, and with there's so much talk about like slow play and things like that. That's
mm,
just another thing to like go. Hang on, is
yeah,
that magical? Oh, it's not magical. Oh, it is. Okay,
yeah, yeah. Or
it's
oh no, that
grind
was an
attack.
impact hit, wasn't it? I need to roll my Aegis.
Yeah, and you go back, and then you're relying on the other person
Yeah,
being okay, which generally everyone
yeah.
is, but like it's
Mm.
just annoying, isn't it? It's just an annoying
Well,
thing.
it is, especially if you're celebrating that you've got your impact hits through,
Oh yeah,
and then all of a
imagine.
sudden they roll their five
Yeah, and they're
ups.
like they're a fault 4 out of 5, like demon, like
Yeah.
5-ups. Oh my god, you're just like,
Uh-huh.
oh my god. And then you
So
go
it's yeah.
in your head, you're like, why was I nice? I should have just been a
I should have
dick.
just said no. You've
Yeah.
forgotten it. Too bad. Yeah.
And then you're like, but then I hate myself as well. Oh, I just hate myself. So
No
just
one
this is just
wins.
what a terrible item this is.
Yeah.
Oh my
Make
god.
it free.
It's caused yeah. Yeah, I don't care. Can I have it for free?
Or
But yeah.
100 points, one or the other. But 40 points is just not great.
No,
Yeah.
just yeah, I completely agree.
Delete.
Just make it hatred and terror and forget about the rest.
Yeah.
Golden Idol of
Eyeball.
Shamut.
I love that.
Golden Eyeball of Shamut. Bearer can
Yeah.
cast Flaming Swords Pyrosmith as a
So
bound spell.
good.
Bound spells are great, especially as with Flaming
Yeah.
Swords with your Incendiary, etc. In addition, the Bearer's model is height 1, its charge speed is set to 4, mobility is set to 6, and gains Ghost Step. Yeah, I like it enough just for Flaming Swords, to be honest.
Absolutely.
I
Yeah.
think that's
And
pretty
3 up.
cheap. I don't know whether
3 up
Flaming
for yeah.
Swords, sorry, whether bound spells are cheaper nowadays, but that's pretty cheap for just the bound spell as well as getting the
Yeah.
other additional bit. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
I think that's great iron. Lucas
I
Dice.
do.
This has gone through a few changes throughout the years. A single model part of the bearer's model can re-roll a single failed to hit, to wound, or armor save per player turn. Okay,
It's
that's
all right.
cool. Yeah,
Can't be used for crush attacks.
Crush attacks. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Is that
Yeah.
against crush attacks? I mean, I guess that wouldn't
No,
apply, right? Because you
Yeah.
wouldn't get armor against that. So yeah, no,
Yeah,
it wouldn't
yeah.
apply for against crush. Ignore.
To hit, to wound, or armor save.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, I like that. I think that's quite
Mhm.
funky. I don't think it's particularly good, but it's quite funky.
No. Yeah.
You know, and it could, and this is the kind of item that could like cause stories. You know, like
It's another one you've got to
failed.
remember, though, isn't it?
It
You know?
is. It is. Yeah. You maybe want a good modelling opportunity as well, though.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you could make it so that you remember that. I think it's a quite fluffy item in
It
a
could
world
just be I'm
where
just
they're
getting old and not remembering stuff.
well, yeah. That may
Getting.
well be it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think in the world of mechanical efficient items, I think I quite like this one as a
Yeah.
bit of flavour.
Mhm.
These on your screen now are the items. We won't go into them too much. We might do a magic item thing in general, but these are the ones additionally added on. We're probably missing out some of the things by just skipping this, but just have a look
Maybe.
at it and maybe put in the comments which one of these is a good combination for us.
Mm. Yeah, yeah. I think that's always subject to change as well. So we will leave
Yeah,
that alone for these army books, but
yeah.
we'll come back to it.
In terms of the hereditary spell, it is gaining incendiary marker, and it suffers -1 defensive and offensive, as well as an additional -1 defensive, as long as it has one or more incendiary markers. So
So good.
basically, the incendiary marker stuff happens, but if you don't choose to use it, it's another way of you making it worse. So I
Or if you
just
put multiple on an enemy
yeah
unit and they've still got one left after you've taken one off, so good. I mean, Matt Champion
yeah
did me with this at Art of War, and it just deleted my unit.
yeah
Arguably, I shouldn't have got my unit in there in the first place. We will skip that part, but
yeah.
he just
Well, I just
destroyed me
think,
with it. So yeah,
generally speaking, you're going to use pyromancy or alchemy, and there might be some other
mm,
things. But so this
definitely.
is like an additional one that it's very hard to stop all spells, and when you've got this going off every turn, suddenly
Yeah.
your main Death Star potentially is -3 offensive defensive, and
Hmm.
the thing it's going up against has that banner that makes it +1 offense. It's just a really subtle, really
Yeah.
good hereditary spell, I think.
I think it's really powerful. Really powerful. It hits so many
36
buttons with what
inches.
Infernals can do.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's just yeah. With all the other ways of getting this injury, and the fact that if you put this spell on them while the offensive defensive addition, I just think it's very subtle. And if you don't know, if you like first time against Infernal Dwarves, you'll let this off, and then you won't let it off again.
Yeah. And also the fact that they've got so many things that can deal AP means that
Yeah,
that's not a problem for them. They're generally not weak in terms of strength, and
yeah,
now this is really smashing, hitting.
yeah,
It's just answering every problem for them. So
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Going on to characters. Finally, I feel like we've spoken actually quite a lot about those
Mm.
items and things, and
Let's
with
just
good
skip
reason.
characters, shall we?
Yeah, let's just go past. So Overlord. These are the stats on the thing. Blah 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 blah. Basically, the big thing is keys to the Citadel. You must buy weapon enchantments for 2 of its mundane weapons.
Because he
The
gets loads of
cost of
weapons
one of
included in
them,
his
the
profile. Yeah,
cheapest, is halved. So that used to be
yeah,
free. So that is a nerf, I think, a little bit.
yeah.
Otherwise, has as first strike hatred as standard. Most things do. Weapon master, great weapon, infernal weapon, and all the weapons. So yeah,
You don't see
uh,
many characters with 250 magic allowance, though. I guess that's because of the keys to the Citadel.
yeah, you
But
have
you can
to.
really kit some guy out with this. So
Yeah, man. Yeah. It comes with infernal armor as well. Standard shield, blunderbuss if you want it. I don't. Not too many overlords will have that, but
no,
bullish Shamut, great bullish Shamut, and can turn into a Torok ritual. Yeah, Torok.
yeah,
Rather than having a separate. Oh, maybe they might have a separate thing for it as well.
they
But
do.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, solid. Res 5, strength 4, offensive, defensive 7. But as we've seen with a few things that is subtly changed throughout the game. He's a solid character. Discipline
oh,
10.
really good. Yeah, I think as we'll come across with the rest of the army, you might not need to have a killy character like
Yeah,
this, but he can do whatever you need him to if you want that kind of
absolutely.
thing.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah.
Onto the Prophet. And the Prophet has basically the Prophet of whatever you want, and we'll get into that. Is the big one. Alchemy, occultism, and pyromancy is your 3 options. And the Prophets are as such:
Mm.
Asheruk. Pre-game selections are already like this. Regardless of the chosen path, the model can exchange one of its spells for the apprentice spell of either alchemy, occultism, pyromancy. I really like it because it's super flexible.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
So you could
I
go for
mean,
one build and have this option. I think it's great.
I think usually it's quite a commonly encountered issue where I can't decide between pyro and alchemy. These guys don't need to.
Yeah,
They just mix and match, really.
Yeah,
Effectively, I mean, I know there's some restrictions to it, but effectively you get in both, really. So yeah,
yeah,
it used to be that
agreed.
you get the not hereditary, what was it, the tribute spell,
Mm.
but those have since gone. So I think this is better, really.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think
Um,
this is really good. Prophet Luger, you lose all your armor, but you get an Aegis. You also have Flaming, and you can go on some chariots, which are very cool.
mm,
Or the ghost step thing. So that's what that other item was doing, making you into a Luger guy, fluff wise. Yeah, I've seen him both with the Luger unit, which is coming up, and on chariot. So either one is very
yeah.
viable. Um,
Do you
yeah,
lose your armor if you're on a chariot? Does the chariot just have no armor, or do you keep
I think
the
you get
chariot
the
armor?
chariots, whatever the chariots unit or mount armor is. But a lot of them have
Yeah.
armor +1 or something, so it won't be too much.
Mm,
The bit of Luger is the Aegis 4 up. That's the
of
thing
course.
that
Yeah,
so one of the
that's what you're doing
least
it for.
armored
Yeah.
thing. But yeah, and even
Oh
better,
yeah,
it
yeah.
gets
The
flaming. So
chariot's +2 armor, so you
yeah,
lose all your inherent armor, and then you might have 2 left,
yeah.
depending
So
on what that
and
-3
then
has done to you. So yeah.
yeah, I mean, you can. It doesn't look like, or you can buy a shield and you get things like that as well. If you don't have a paired weapon or a great weapon, so
Mm,
yeah, there'll be other ways I think, but you don't have
yeah.
metal or infernal armor, so um,
Mm.
some options gone. Nezibkebesh, Nezibkesh.
It
I think I
sounds like
like
you've just glitched. Yeah.
yeah Nezibkebesh. I prefer actually. I know it's not the thing, but I'm gonna go with it. Engineer. Gunnery
There you
team,
go.
Infernal armor, Infernal. One of the questions we had before: do they have
There he
access
is.
to something that increases your aim? Yes, they do. This can also go on a Infernal Bastion. Um, so I mean, so that means you can have magic, engineer, and a mount with all the other stuff. It's just it's that seems like a pretty good deal. Very expensive,
Doesn't it? Mm.
but a pretty good deal that you can have everything in one. So um, yeah, especially in the Bastion, when we get onto it, will help those blunderbuss in shooting units. So it kind of shoots magics and helps everyone else. So there you go. Nice. Yeah, all solid choices depending on what you want. We've got Prophet Shamut to finish. Um,
Sneaks on the next page. Yeah.
yeah, goodness me, formatting. Um, so this is the Torok, or on a mount guy, basically. So,
Yeah.
does that mean he's the only one with access to Great Ball? Oh, he's the only
Yeah.
one with access to those mounts. Yeah. Yeah, so each, depending on what profit you go for, it will give you access to different mounts and things like that
Hmm.
as well, which actually probably makes it a bit easier for opponents to track. So you're like, oh, if that's a profit on a Great Ball, that must mean it's Shabnut, etc., etc.
I mean, yeah, if you're good enough to know that sort of stuff about that, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess just like the more you come across it, you're like, okay, that must be,
Mm.
yeah, you know.
Yeah,
Um,
you'd remember, wouldn't you? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Mm.
Vizier, the BSB option, can
Mm.
get kitted out with anything, can get mostly on, you go on the small bull, which is good, but not the big bull.
Hmm.
And is, yeah, otherwise pretty solid for a BSB character. Res 5 is always good, I think,
Yeah,
for
I like it
your
when
characters.
the lower down character is the same res as the main
Mm,
character, because I feel it gives you more of a chance to actually take it. I mean, he's very cheap for 70 points, but then you add in your extra
yeah,
bits. I mean, BSB is quite expensive these days, rightly so. But yeah, I think he gives you lots of options, and the fact that he's discipline 9. I mean, I know a lot of units are high discipline in this
yeah,
book, which is one of those things. But yeah, solid character option, and you
yeah,
can do a lot with it. You know, so
absolutely. Very customizable there.
with the 150 magic items as well. It's cool.
Yeah. Turret Commissioner. So this is your slightly bigger chap, Centaurroids, we're getting into here. This is without the Turret ritual, I guess, taking one of your guys.
Yeah.
So you're naturally going to have the res 5, strength 5, and things, but you might not have as much offensive defensive. You do have impact hits and a stomp, which is pretty good actually having the stomp. Not
That's
everything
strength
kept
5
it,
too.
so stomp
No,
things with stomp got slightly better because not everything auto got it, in 3.0.
exactly.
So only ever so slightly, but yeah. Otherwise, is going to go if you want a character in your Toolrock. I'm not sure if there's any good Toolrock cowboy things. I suppose with the good armor, magic armor, you could have him with a 1-up running around. But yeah, there might be some good. Let us know your cowboy builds with the Toolrock if there are any. Otherwise, I think he's going to go in the units. I think.
Yeah. I think the Tauric units are decent, and I mean, this he's the size of the Anointed, isn't he? This one,
Yes,
rather than a normal
big
cavalry.
dude. Yeah, actually, yeah.
So he's not actually like a centaur guy, even though he's a centauroid. He's not in with the
Okay, so
centaurs or the
yeah,
yeah.
so you do have to use the ritual to get to the smaller
Yeah, if you
Torok
want in the smaller
chaps.
units, then you
Yeah.
want
Okay.
the ritual. But this guy goes in with the anointed, who are the big guns.
Yeah, fair.
Um, and if you're
But
going
can
that route, then you're going for a chunky build anyway. So
yeah, I like that you can be general on BSB as well as options, so it gives you that if you
mm.
ever wanted to go all Torok potentially. Vassal Conjurer. So this is your cheap ish wizard.
You
Um,
stay cheap and then you look at 250 points.
Well, yeah, it
Um,
is for Magic for Infernal Tours, I think, because
yeah.
generally speaking, they're quite elite, right? As a thing.
hmm
So, um, but he's a a bit of a throwaway guy. He's a bit insignificant. Unbranded means he can take any army specific items and can never learn or swap spells to gain Curse of Nefesh.
He's just not allowed. He's a conjurer.
Yeah,
He's not allowed to do
doesn't
the
have
normal
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, his stats are
Otherwise,
terrible, but
yeah.
and he's sure
Terrible
he should
stats.
be.
Witchcraft. So if you want witchcraft in your thing,
Nice.
this is the guy you get. So
Yeah.
is there a way to make him a master? No, it's just a cheapish adept. I don't think you put much in the way of magic items in him. You just
No.
as an extra guy. And if you want witchcraft, so there you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lamassu Scholar. Always
I
quite
love this model. I mean, I don't know what he does
yeah
these days, but I love it.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, in terms of the modeling options, there's loads, and I've seen some amazing models throughout for this sort of thing. Otherwise, we are looking at Riddle of the Lamassu is a special thing. Everything else, Wizard Conclave 3 is pretty good, by the way.
Really good.
As a thing, which gives you 3 spells and a channel, I think. But yeah, the Riddle of the Lamassu is that special thing. During pre-game
It's on the opponent to decide it. So.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
But I kind of like that anyway. You choose power or wisdom, so you gain an additional channel, or immediately choose up to 2 units from the opponent's army list. The chosen units begin the game with incendiary marker, which you will not choose if you play them once. So you will always choose to give him channel.
And if you're going to take a Lamassu in your Infernal army, then you're going to have the effects of the incendiary are going to be a big thing in your army. So your opponent just will not want to choose it if they know what it does.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Just give him a channel, and
also I kind of think most opponents are just going to say just have an extra channel, and that way I know what that is.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, but both of those are incredible things. Like
the spells are good to choose from as well.
Yeah, good spells, and it's a mix as well. So there's a bit of witchcraft in there if you want it. Yeah, I really like this guy. He's not going to punch anything ever, but maybe in a pinch, you might get him on the
no
flank
impact
somewhere.
hits on him or anything like that. So it's not like it's a chariot or anything. And I guess armor wise, defense wise, not great. But
yeah, you can't get any extra items, so he is what he is on here.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think he's like deceptively bad in terms of that. But I mean, because you're like, oh, he's got 4 up armor, 5 up regen, he's res 5, he's got 4 attacks in total. You're like, yeah, but they're all pretty average. So I mean, you're only ever going to put him in at last resort, I think, or as a support.
He's a support guy, yeah.
But hey, let me know your stories of Lamassu delight in melee. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe.
In terms of mounts, we've got Seat of Authority, which gives you a bit of armor, and vassals some extra mobility.
And an extra commanding presence if you hadn't got it already, which is quite
Oh
good
yeah,
for
sure.
insignificant stuff. So
Yeah.
that's quite nice. And the
So
vassal governor is interesting to make vassal units extra mobility. I think that's the synergy that I was talking
yeah,
about with that banner earlier.
yeah,
Like if you actually go down the route of vassals, you can make them fairly powerful for what their stats actually suggest.
agreed.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think there's some hidden depth to that option.
hmm
Um, that Infernal Dwarfs aren't really used to, like strength in numbers. To quote a rule that isn't in this book and won't be ever. But yeah, I think strength in numbers with lots of vassals is actually way more powerful than you think it should be in this
Yeah.
book. So
Yeah.
there's some things you can maximize that with.
Yeah, Vassal Steed, mobility 8 in a dwarf army is pretty good. +1 armor.
Hmm
2 attack is a weird one with AP1. I
Yeah,
don't know why. That's just a little subtle in there
yeah,
thing, isn't it?
it is. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
It kicks you with its front legs and rear legs.
yeah, it gives you Vanguard, gives it a little nibble, and AP1.
Mm,
There we go. Pretty good, actually, as
yeah.
the light troops mount goes. Kadim Chariot, so this is the Lugar guy. Predominantly, you can obviously get him in
hmm
other ways. But yeah, all the flaming stuff, ages against flaming. Not too much in the way of armor, but enough. And yeah, a solid choice as a chariot. Pretty standard chariot stats, I think.
Yeah, the impact hits plus D6+1 is nice.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, because a lot of stuff sometimes has to sacrifice that +1, and the +1 to me makes all the difference on the chariot. So
yeah. No, I like it. I don't think it's like, oh, there's chariot out there or anything like that. It's just a pretty standard with that.
yeah,
A good one, a solid one again, as always.
hmm
Baby Bull is yeah. So I mean, it can fly. Ages 5 up. Divine attacks is very nice
cheeky
on
one,
strength
divine
5,
attacks.
18.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Impact hits and stomp again. Stomp being that little bit better. Yeah, a
you have to
nice
be careful
choice.
with fearless. I think on this is the only thing. Like if you do get yourself in trouble, you got to deal with it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But
Movement's very important. Yeah, you're right.
mm,
And then Big Bull, some would say great, is exactly the same, only with slightly better stats and a breath attack, which I wouldn't really
yeah,
look too much into. Stomp is D6 rather than 1, and
yeah, it's quite
yeah,
a big upgrade with the strength 6.
HP
So
extra 2 HP. So he is pretty nothing to sniff at. It's a great bull.
I think so. It's pretty good, and comes with a 5-up Aegis like the little one, which is quite nice on a monster. So
Yeah, 60 by 100, is that relevant as a thing? Because it's not going to go in a unit.
no, it's
So is
solitary,
the
so they can't go in anything. Maybe
yeah,
that's
so
just a modelling thing. I don't know.
yeah,
I
I don't
guess
know.
I guess really Infernal Dwarfs haven't been supported by a certain company for a long time now, so they're more open to other base sizes, I guess. But
Sure,
who knows? Yeah.
yeah. Infernal Bastion, one for the shooters out there. It's a firing platform, and we'll get to that in unit entry. But otherwise has a
hmm
crush attack, which is nice on the battering
Yeah.
ram. Some impact hits, and Res 6 armor 4 is again nothing to sniff at.
It's
8
really good.
HP.
HP 8. I mean,
Yeah,
uh, a lot of the time, if you're going against an Infernal Bastion, and we will see it when we get to it, but you kind of think to yourself, well, if I can just kill the Bastion first and then deal with all the stuff with it, then
yeah.
I'll be all right. And then you look at it and you're like, oh, that's unkillable, while I've also got dwarfs to deal with.
Yeah, it is the thing. He's like you have
So
like maybe a bull as well around, and maybe a
yeah,
Kadim thing from later on, and you're like, oh, okay, so big thing. And if you're shooting at this, you're only going to shoot one wound off at a time, and it's quite
yeah,
slow and arduous to
mm.
actually get. I get why it's Strider Wall, but I don't like why that it's Strider Wall.
No.
You know,
I mean, if anything, it should be Destroyer
destroy
Wall.
wall. Yeah,
But
but yeah,
yeah,
so I don't like that because that mechanically gives it a massive advantage. I understand
Mm.
why, and you could argue
Hmm.
it's fluff reasons, but for a war platform, it's going to go in a unit, and there are like some things where that's going to matter. That's going to
Yeah,
actually matter. So I don't like that that's on there. That makes it a bit good, in my opinion, because it's already
it's just
got
good
all the
generally.
other
Yeah.
things. Firing platform, when you
Mm.
see it, would be very very good, as the
Yeah.
thing. So I don't like that little. There's a few things every now and then you just like it's a little good, a little
Yeah.
tiny bit extra. You're like,
Mm.
okay. Um, Onto the core finally, and we go on to Infernal Warriors, your main blunderbuss unit. If you
I
take
kind of
it,
feel like you need to compare these guys alongside the Citadel card almost
yeah,
at the same time because they have similar stats, but they do very different roles with different weapons. So, like
yeah, so
your Citadel Guard have got the extra strength and our AP with them,
yeah,
but and they've got an extra shield on there as well, which goes with the weapons that they're carrying because the Citadel Guard usually will have some sort of shooting weapon. In fact, they must have a shooting weapon. Whereas the Infernal Warriors are your fighters, except for Infernal Warriors have got the blunderbusses, like you say. So
yeah.
it's an odd one.
No, I agree. Um,
And First Strike Stubborn, this is the
I
first time we've
mean,
encountered this
yes,
in this
yeah.
book. I mean, how did that sneak into this book? And wow.
So it's a really good rule, and it will be. There's not necessarily on these units, but there are some other ones where that is fan dabby dozy. Everything's got
Yeah,
infernal armor in terms of infantry. First strike
yeah.
stubborn again for a dwarf is really really good, and like you said, yeah, it is weird. It's almost like they both do everything,
Mm,
or could
yeah.
do everything. I guess from
And
this point.
cheap. Infernal Warriors, 11 points a model. That's
Yeah,
so cheap for
yeah,
that stat line. It's incredible. I mean, I get strength 3, AP 0. Right, that is a problem. It almost means you've got to go with great weapons, maybe. I mean, Infernal Dwarf players can tell me otherwise. But
well, I don't know. Like the
yeah,
parry on sword and board. I mean,
yeah, yeah. If you've
you've
got the
got
ranks, because you can get 40 models of them. So,
there are ways to make him extra. Well, like the strength with zeal and
mm,
things.
true,
Not zeal.
true.
What do I mean? Weakness.
Weakness flaming. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah. I just think it was
I
a
think they're
pretty
both just
standard
really
boss.
good options.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
think. I think the blunderbuss is probably where you're going with Infernal Warriors if you have them. I
probably.
can't see it too much. A 6 point per model is quite a lot, so it does reflect how good it is.
Yes, that's where the cost
Um,
comes in.
but
Hmm.
yeah, as you say, Citadel Guard have the slightly better standard stats, but are telling you to be a shooting. So pistols I like. Pistol and spear is one that gets
Mm,
obviously the most because dwarves with spears
100%
apparently are
allowed.
standard. Yeah, allowed is enough. But yeah,
And blooming good. Yeah. Uh,
they're both solid choices, and 25 and 40 as an option as maximum for 40 and 25, sorry, respectively. Um,
yeah.
yeah, solid
The commanding
choices.
presence 6 inches for the insignificant is really, really handy too, because if you are going down the route of having a couple of vassal units here and there, then they're practically getting a +2 bonus to their discipline, which is
Uh-huh.
incredible. So
Yeah,
yeah.
agreed. Onto vassal levies, and these are the rubbish ones, as we've said. Can get a lot of things. Bow with them as well, and considering they've got all flasks, you might have 30, 40 of them. So there's a very
Mm,
high chance that one of 30 or 40, or however many gets hit
yeah.
um,
And just do it on the
with the
first
bow.
couple of turns of shooting because you don't need the oil flasks after that. They've only got 2
Yeah,
oil flasks for the whole battle, but
exactly.
as long as you have them shoot the oil flasks and then go home. So
Yeah, but there's no
yeah.
reason not to have bows and like a spear and shield, for
Mm,
example. So yeah, I think, as you say, that on its own, in a vacuum, they're not much to talk about. But they're
hmm
they're never in a vacuum, I'm afraid.
Yeah, and you will
So
just take 40 of these, and unless you're going with a quick shooting unit that's going to
yeah,
put incendiary on stuff.
yeah. I don't know what
But
whether there's any standard core setup. So like 40 of these, 39 of or
mm,
whatever sort of thing. So yeah, there might be 38 might be the best, or 36 or something. Something stupid that might be the most efficient number. But yeah,
Mm.
they're cheap enough to be able to fit that, I think. So yeah,
Yeah,
quite like the
they're really
numbers, I
good.
think. Shackled slaves. I'll
Hmm.
stop. Chained together is their main thing, which means they may never voluntarily change its number of files. So they're already always stuck in that. After performing a march move, they lose d6 HP. Which, yeah, all right, okay. They're not
It's
particularly,
fluffy.
yeah. So like they've ran away if you march because there's
Yeah.
slightly things. Otherwise
Res
they
4's a
are,
funny one.
yeah, it is. Well, I guess these used to be orc slaves, did they?
They did. They did. Yeah. Or was it just that
So,
I played orcs? I don't know.
well, yeah, maybe, yeah.
I played them with orc
Um,
models, but yeah.
but yeah, I don't I don't see them too much other than like a slow chaff.
Yeah, they're not scoring or anything, so it's not like you can use them for anything useful. And they don't buff up your other units like they have done in the past. There was a time when they were like buffing units nearby. That's
Yeah,
long gone. Um,
12 inches is pretty good for like, in terms of marching. I know you lose some, but
as long as you can cope with losing them. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I don't think they're really there to do anything, are they? So numbers
But
are
no,
just
definitely not.
so you're almost buying them in order to lose d6.
Yeah. I would love to know some wonderful success stories of a unit of 40 shackled slaves.
Yeah,
What has that unit achieved? I mean, I guess a flank charge from that is going to hurt you.
yeah, yeah. It's still going to have
So,
combat res. It's not like light troops or
mm,
nothing, right?
yeah, and
Unstable as well, so they might not run. We're not going to run away, but they might sort of hold stuff up. Pretty good
yeah,
tar pit.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, maybe.
there's definitely a role for them. It's especially in a
It's just competing with a lot of other good core stuff. So,
like all of those have like their own roles, and like I said, and vassals
yeah,
probably. I think you need to probably uh, account for them in your army list
hmm
building, but you can
yeah.
pretty easily, as we said. So
They're not that much cheaper than vassals, is your issue. So,
yeah,
why not just take vassals? Yeah.
yeah. On to special and out of court. Kadim Incarnates. These are your flaming
Mm,
elementals, I guess, in terms of their thing.
yeah.
Ghost Step, Insignificant, Supernal, Swift Stride. Only supernal things can go with it. 3 up Aegis to Flaming, 5 up otherwise. Volcanic Embrace 1 is quite nice. It's not too, it's
Yeah.
only 1, so it's not like amazing, but it's something to think about. And yeah, I mean, automatically with Flaming attacks, you're looking at the Incendiary and how you use that. But with only Musician as an option, yeah, I think they're pretty solid. You know what's going to happen with them. I don't see them too much in army lists because we'll come on to other ones that are
No.
just far better. But
Yeah.
yeah, I like it enough.
Yeah, I think it's a fluffy choice, and I think it's good that they're still around. But like you say, I think they haven't really got the most power to them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, with only offensive 3 and defensive 2, hitting might be their issue.
Yes. Yeah.
So
You're relying and getting hit. They will.
yeah,
And only res 4 isn't particularly amazing in a high res army. So
yeah. I mean, at least you have got flaming attacks built in, so you don't have to do anything to
yeah,
get it.
I mean they're great in
So
the Well, are they great? I was going to say, are they great in the mirror match? But because of the flaming ward, but they've also got flaming attacks, so I don't know. Maybe they're not.
mm.
Anyway,
I mean, yeah, I think that's Infernal Dwarf's worst nightmare going against Infernal Dwarfs.
Well,
Yeah,
that would be. They're
yeah,
all right. A bit meh in terms of them, but yeah. But they're only a bit meh, I think, because how strong the army book is. I think overall.
yes.
Kadim Chariot, you can have it as a separate thing, which is nice. It's got some Luger guys on it, and is pretty standard. There's nothing
Mm.
overly complex about it as a chariot. It's got flaming attacks throughout, but that's an Infernal Dwarf thing. I like it. It's all right.
Mm. I guess only 4 HP means it is a little bit vulnerable, but I think it is solid enough, and it's not expensive. Like it's only just
Yeah.
over chaff cost.
Yeah,
So
if you like chariots
I
and
think
you
it's
want
fine.
to add them to it, there's every reason to add it to it. So
Yeah.
I like it.
Mm.
Immortals.
Oh, baby.
Now we've been a little while now, but strap in, folks. um, so
We're just enjoying
bodyguard.
ourselves.
I know we are. Bodyguard, General, Overlord, Vizier. So most of your characters. Um, Command in presence, disciplined, first strike stubborn, as most in dwarves do. The fact that all the dwarf stuff gets first strike stubborn does take away from some of the other things, I think, in the book.
Yeah.
I know we've already talked about first strike stubborn, but I do think that is like quite a big factor in things. Now they're not
Mhm.
cheap. 15 is about what 15 by 15 is 300, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so about 20
I
points
just
each to
said yeah.
start
I
off with.
wasn't planning on
22,
calculating
yeah.
it.
It's 20 points each and then 22 for extra models. They have Fury, which is really good as a
Mhm.
attacking threat. But their big thing is Defy Death. So
Yeah.
melee attacks can never wound better than a 4 plus.
Yeah.
That is
So you
very
send them
good.
against the strongest thing in your opponent's army and just watch them cry.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anything with high strength, high quality attacks, but not quantity attacks, really suffers here. And
Yeah.
there's actually quite a lot of stuff like that around. 15 is 300. You don't even have to have spears and stuff. You could just sword and board them with these guys, but
I think you
spears.
must choose one weapon. So
Oh, okay,
you have to
sure.
choose one of the weapons, but they're only 1 point a model, so it's no
Yeah,
great hardship. So
I've seen multiple armies with 2, 3, even 4 units of minimal immortals just
mhm,
because they're so hard
definitely.
to deal with.
And you don't
So
even care that much that they're not that killy, and they can be
yeah,
killy with the right combinations. But the one attack is really going to hold them back from being huge damage dealers. But you didn't need them to be. They're just solid. So
yeah, agreed. You obviously mix it up with the standard bearers they get and the weapons they choose, but
mm,
for the most part, these are going to be. I think you're going to see at least one unit of these in every single army
yeah,
at the minute.
I think
Um,
unless you're doing the whole I like Luger and I'm not going to look at the Immortals thing, which works exactly the same the other way around,
yeah,
um, you're probably not gonna be too upset with your Immortals, however you end up taking them.
yeah, they're just so good at the minute.
Mm.
Especially with all the infantry rules
It's
and
so
things like
hard
that.
right now.
It's so hot right now. They're so fiery hot. The opposite though. Disciples of Luga. Well, they're not opposite. They're even hotter.
They're pretty fiery too.
They're pretty fiery. Their big thing is theocratic litigators, which gives them magic resistance
Yeah.
too. Magic resistance is all right. I'm not really. Again, it's
Oh,
something
it's
to
another thing I
remember.
just forget. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you use them a lot, you will remember because it's such an
Hmm.
important thing for them. Yeah, but they're 2 attacks each, strength 4, can have paired weapons, so 3 attacks each. With the flaming and rerolls to potential to wound. I say potential. It is pretty. With like orcs, you have to factor
Mm.
in the extra attack because more often than
Yep.
not they're gonna get it.
Yep.
I think that's what you do with flaming attacks. Anything with flaming
Mm.
attacks is standard, or really anything. But it's very, very likely, like I would say 90%, that they're gonna have some sort of
Yeah.
incendiary.
Yeah,
So
and you really can't stop it. So there's
yeah,
really almost no point in trying to stop it because there's so many ways they can do it. You've
yeah,
just got
and
to
I
just
mean
accept your fate. Yeah.
exactly. Like, they take that item on one of the characters, and the character's in combat. You literally
Mm.
can't stop it. So
No.
it's like it's even if you try your absolute hardest and let them all have all the other spells off
Mm.
that they have, you still couldn't stop it sometimes. So it's such a hard one to stop. You almost have to allow it sometimes just because they're not going to not going to matter too much. Um,
Yeah. And conversely,
so
it makes it really hard to cost the unit because they've almost got that built in every time.
yeah,
But you've got to cost it for the one time that they don't have it built in, which is rare. But
yeah.
still,
So
you don't want to
yeah,
overcost it in case.
yeah, again for an infantry unit, it's quite expensive, but it's expensive because there's all this in mind. So, potentially 3 attacks re-roll in with strength 4 AP 1, or 2 attacks re-roll in with strength 5 AP 3. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
it's pretty good. And these probably
really
do a
good.
bit more damage than the Immortals, if you're looking for that, and are a bit more mobile around.
Yeah,
But generally speaking, I think Immortals just pip it. But yeah, no reason why these aren't any good.
definitely. You still love to have them as an option. Yeah, I like them.
Baby Turok, the Turok Enforcers, have
Yeah,
2 attacks at strength 4. They will likely have paired weapon, great weapon, or infernal weapon. I think infernal weapon is pretty good here,
yeah.
because of the thing. But yeah, you can get shield as well. Blunderbuss would just that just sounds crazy to me to have them on
I think the
that
Res
list.
5 is what really shows these guys to be
Yeah,
nice because things that are Res 5 almost are like nearly monsters. So,
yeah,
um, they take an effort to get rid of. They
yeah.
do only have 1 HP, of course,
Yeah,
but
I think they're deceptively expensive for what they are, because they're not
mm,
195 points, because you've got to add the extra. You almost definitely going to have shields just for the extra shooting damage,
yeah,
because of that.
protection.
Like you say, because of that 1 HP, you've got to protect them. So
Yeah,
you're almost automatically going to like 250 minimum for 5, sort of thing. So they do get expensive, I think.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, otherwise okay. The
Mm.
big Turok, the Turok Anointed. So this is where the character could potentially go in as well. Um, yeah, it's just a bigger version, right? I'm not missing
Yeah,
anything
before
there, I
we
think.
move completely on, I would say the enforcers with their 2 attacks and height 2 means they're good in the second rank, which is a
Yeah,
real nice thing.
yeah, yeah,
But that's just height 2, multiple attack things. Yeah, and now I'll actually look at anointed. Sorry.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I
And
mean, anointed are good
similar
like in every
reasons.
way.
Yeah,
So, mm. Height 4, they're massive, aren't they?
big old boys, big old boys. But yeah, so you're yeah, I don't see too many like extra synergy things. But they also have infernal armor and stuff. So yeah, those. The bodyguard for the commissioner, which is again another reason why that character's going to go in the thing rather than
Yeah.
cowboying around the place. But yeah,
I think the only trouble with both of these units is that the 3.0 meta is all about rank and file. I keep
mm,
saying it over and over again. It's my
mm,
opinion. I'm probably wrong, but these guys just don't offer that. So you might just
yeah,
take a ranked up unit of infantry instead of them, and the
yeah.
Tauruks just get left on the shelf.
I think
But
there's a place for these, but it's alongside that if you can fit it in. I
mm,
do think so. You
yeah, and you
potentially,
struggle to fit in with everything else. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Maybe magic light stuff. The Toruk and the
mm,
Anointed would get in, but yeah. Vassal Cav, so your typical chaff, but again with
chaff.
bows, as standard, it does create a chance to get your chaff given incendiary as an extra. It's
Mm,
like this whole other thing,
yeah, I
Ironically,
suppose the
they're
fact you've
weak to
got them
flaming,
included. So yeah,
but
that's
that's because they've
funny.
got the all fox on them, I guess.
Let's
But
spill
yeah,
them.
otherwise your classic, it's exactly what you'd want from like Cav, decent mobility, can chaff stuff, light troops, flame flight, all that things, but also with the oil flasks gives them that
So
little
good.
edge. Um,
Yeah, because it doesn't
so
matter how many flasks hit the enemy unit. Just one little bow is
yeah,
all you need, and you get the full effect.
for a whole
So good.
token on the whole unit, I think that's so good.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
The vassal slingshot, a very cheap bolt thrower.
yeah, and has 4 oil flasks, so bonus.
Yeah, yeah.
um,
I mean, 80 points isn't a lot. You're not
no, it's
likely
not.
to
Strength 6 as well. Multiple
do.
wins D3.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it's a bolt thrower, and you do have the obviously issues with 4+. Was it range 24? So what? 48. Sorry, short range 24. So likely hitting on fives most of the time.
Yeah.
6 recovers, but if it hits,
Well, your opponent's
great.
got to come at you some point. You might be
Yeah.
4 up, so before you know it. Yeah.
And if they do go after, it's 8 points. Doesn't matter. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Gunnery teams, we've already kind of gone up against into them
Mm.
with Nep Thrower, Rocket Battery, and Titan Watch. Won't do it again. But yeah, basically the small ones are march and shoot, so they can move around at stuff. Can they go in? They can go in units as well. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, because they're war platforms.
attached.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
Attach
is
means they
nice. I've
has
seen
to,
naphtha
actually, doesn't it?
throwers in units. Yes, it does,
So they have,
but
not only
only
they
in
can, they
certain
have to.
units. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So going to mortals, that's interesting. But yeah, and then the infernal artillery are basically the same, but they're um the bigger ones, bigger versions. And like you
exactly. They
said,
double the range and
yeah,
they target the mobility of the unit that they hit, which is really hidden but nice.
yeah, and
Um,
it's a
so
huge thing as well. Like it's
mm,
cumulative, you know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So if
So
you're that
if you
movement 5 elf, hit them
yeah, if you got
twice, and
two of
they're
them,
now
yeah,
dwarfs.
yeah, it's all these little extra hidden extra things, as you say. It's
I mean,
just
to be fair, if you hit an elf unit twice with
yeah, they're
shooting, they're
dead.
dead.
Yeah,
So it doesn't matter what their mobility is.
hit him with a paper airplane, they're dead. I think.
Yeah.
The Infernal Bastion. So the big thing we're going to look at is firing platform here because we've kind of already gone into it and how it's a thing. But again, this shows that it doesn't have to be from the character allowance as well, which is nice.
Yeah.
Shooting attacks towards the model's unit are all resolved as if allocated onto the Infernal Bastion. Okay, so if anything shoots it, it all shoots the Bastion instead, which gives the unit res 6.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, actually,
Oh,
when you think about
amazing.
that. In addition, when shooting or casting spells, models in the Infernal Bastion may draw line of sight as if they were height 5 and from any point of the Infernal Bastion's front facing, as long as the unit is at least one proper rank, which it will, because that means it only needs 2 models.
Hmm.
Yeah, so
It's just really good. It's just really good. I mean, the fact that it's a war platform as well, and you can rank up alongside it with hardly any of your models actually in the front.
yeah,
It's just so good.
yeah, it's yeah,
It's expensive, but I think it had to be.
yeah, it gives you a lot, like they protection if nothing else, as well as the 20 shots, that and you'd normally get with it in 4. So
Yeah,
it's huge. It's huge. I really like it.
I do. I think it's so good. I mean, it just adds that little bit of extra to your core. Your core isn't your vulnerable unit anymore.
Yeah.
It's yeah, it's almost impossible to kill. And if you do come in and kill it, you've got all the normal nastiness of dwarfs to deal with.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah.
Instruments of destruction only 25%, and we kind of have skipped over it because there are a few things that have that.
A lot of the
Um,
armies are affected by that sort of
but
restrictions, though.
yeah, yeah.
So
But the Infernal Engine, so this is your choo-choo train, full steam ahead is one of its main things. It's fearless, so can't flee or anything like that, so bear that in mind. But cannot choose pursue either, unless it's the first round of combat and is charging, in which case it must pursue. All right, cool.
yeah, weird.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't mind that. Rock Crusher is the additional thing to make it even more killy in combat, but it does have the options for all the um, artillery things as well. So you can make it into a smaller artillery thing or a big Rock Crusher,
Yeah,
improving
because you're
its
already
strength
paying
and
points
AP.
for Res 8 and HP 8,
Yeah,
so those like War Machine like add-ons. I mean, you've got to choose one of them, but
yeah.
the fact that they don't cost much is because you're already paid for it, really. So
Yeah, +1 strength, AP, and agility. +10 agility. It's another one of those. There's a few of these now. I'm getting paranoid about this. But yeah, so
yeah,
it goes to 12 agility on the
yeah.
charge.
When will it start to be +11 agility, just to
Yeah,
make sure?
grind attacks
I can't
3d3.
remember what the last one that was +10 agility was. That starting on 1 or was it starting on 2? What's our highest we've got so far?
I think 12 is the highest that I can see. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, otherwise attack 3d3 instead of attack value, and they're auto hit because they're grind. So very nice. Yeah, taking on the Empire of Steam Tank. Yeah,
It is unstable, so you've got to be a little bit careful
yeah.
with where you put your big boy. But yeah.
The Kandim Titan, arguably even a bigger boy.
Oh, no, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's iconic, isn't it?
it is. This is why a lot of people play Infernal Dwarves. Now, whether or not it's how useful do we think it is? 6 attacks as standard. Can be a walking earthquake or walking volcano. The volcano gives it volcanic embrace, which we said was pretty nice. Only volcanic embrace 2, but an option to give the artillery. And
Yep.
the earthquake gives it a bigger volcanic embrace, which
Mobility.
could be the same though. I don't like that it could be the same
No.
because it could just be 2 as well.
Although the Swift Stride and the 7 inches is nice. I mean, the fact that they're both free. I think, personally, I think I'd just always choose Walking Earthquake. But that's extraordinary. So I guess
Yeah,
if
unless
you
you want to
want 2
shoot
Kadim
stuff.
Titans, you've got to go,
Yeah.
1-on-1.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You got to shoot with the volcano. Yeah. I've not seen many of these guys shooting actually.
No. I don't know. It's all right. Yeah, I like it for, like you said, the
It might be
mobility.
another unit, that just struggles with. I want to take my rank and file units instead.
Yeah.
So
I think it does do a lot. Like 6 with stop D6 does a lot of stuff. Strength 6, AP3.
there used to be that thing
Flaming.
where it reduced the strength of your opponent, but it doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah, I think that was obviously with I don't know.
Old times.
But yeah,
Mm.
old times. But a nice unit, and I don't think it's bad for any reason. 500 points might be
No.
a bit on the expensive side, I think.
Maybe,
Don't know.
yeah. But yeah, you kind of want it to be more than Res 6 for that price, don't you?
Yeah, 500 points nowadays with an eighth of your army.
Yeah,
It's quite a lot. But yeah,
it is quite a lot. You're right.
But obviously flaming and has the incendiary thing, so that gets increased with that as well. Very nice.
Yeah, I think it's iconic. So
yeah. Taking us on to the Citizen Giant, I think to finish. There might be another one after that.
Yeah, that is.
But has the Big Brother options, so can go to, as all giants do. Giant see, giant do, and this one is commanding presence to exceed significant, which I think is funny. Basically, the vassal stuff just is scared of everything, and will do as they say. First strike, stubborn is nice on a giant actually.
It is really good. Yeah.
And infernal armor is pretty good. So infernal armor, oh yeah, that is the armor too, isn't it? Because it's not plate armor essentially.
No, it's not.
Infernal lash giant. So what's the infernal lash? That's because the other thing is all the other giants can have. Infernal lash +2 agility, which is nice.
It's just
5 giant.
I'm not sure if that's counterproductive though, because you almost want him to take a few wounds first. So that's a little bit iffy. The main thing is the flaming attacks, magical attacks. That obviously, if you're an incendiary heavy army, then that's cool.
Yeah. But the other one I've seen use a fair amount is the Tower Shield. +1 armor, hard target, and parry on a giant.
Yeah.
Again, arguably counterproductive, but I mean, the stuff that it would normally die to, that is pretty good. Because it's going to get hit on 3s, likely. Res 5's not the most with a giant, what you want it to do, not the most productive. So all that extra stuff can help its survivability. If it survives on 7 HP or 8 HP if it's Big Brother.
Oh, you're loving that. You're loving that.
Money. So anything that helps that, happy days.
Yeah, I think all giants are in a decent place these days. So, yeah.
And that takes us, quite a long one.
But
wow. That was good. There was a lot to talk about. Infernal Dwarves
that shows how good the book is from cover to cover, though.
Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff that you don't have to consider.
No.
Which is what that shows.
The wooden spoon pick for me there is the Kadim Incarnates, and that is one of the best wooden spoon picks you're going to get.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, it's a solid book. We haven't really even gone into the mechanics of 3.0 on how much that actually helps.
Yeah.
It's everything synergizes with the obvious incendiary marker to the vassals.
Yeah.
To the infantry plus meta that is out there. It's a really solid book, and I think, generally speaking, does really well and has some really good army list builds.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just really, really good. So good all around.
But as always,
I'd be keen to hear. I'd be keen to hear the counter arguments to
yeah,
why they are not as powerful as we think they are, because I can't see any weaknesses in their army at all.
yeah.
So
I
I'd be
mean,
keen to hear their weaknesses.
obvious limitations would be the mobility side of things. You're not going to really
Mm.
get too much.
And agility won't usually be high, but
There are MSU builds that could sort of help you do that, and counter that, because you're going to have too much stuff on the board for people to be able to get around. Um, but yeah, perhaps is the weakness the internal balance? Is there things that I mean? I think the Immortals are just way better than anything, but is that like actually a sort of weakness in terms of variety of army lists and stuff like that?
yeah,
But let us
I think
know.
you're right. Mm.
We will stop talking. Thank you. If you've got this far, well done. Well done, everybody.
Yeah,
But we will stop talking. We will go.
we surprise ourselves, don't we, with these things? We
Yeah,
just find stuff to say.
I know, man.
Uh,
But we will, yeah, we'll see you in our next battle review, army book review, and all the other stuff. Do like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Hit us up on Discord and Facebook and the
Wherever you find us.
the forum, in order to get some battles in, and that could be on Warhol, could be in person. We're looking for a bit more in person, actually, just gaming days and things. So if you're in England, let us know. Hit us up. We're up for it.
Or you can pay for our flights.
Yes, yeah, that's quite an option. We have a PayPal.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll leave it there. Thank you very much, Hypertune.
Thank you very much, Lucky Sixes.
And until next time, stay safe and see you later.